Jeshi to Nightmare. That's actually crazy. This is what I'm saying. These Chinese Protoss players, whether it's Cyan, Firefly, Jeshi, even here, Nightmare has arguably the best PvP in South Korea. Like, he has some of the maybe like top 2 PvP in South Korea. Like, it's so damn good. There's no Korean Protoss that hasn't fallen to Nightmare in the last couple of months. I'm talking Classic, I'm talking herO, I'm talking Creator. Like, they've all fallen to Nightmare. So for Jeshi 2-0, that's some impressive stuff. GG. GG. But here we go. We're diving into our next best of 3 and spawning in the top right hand corner of Ghost River. We have our French Terran player, the red Terran representing Team Liquid. Whenever I think Team Liquid, I think of the color blue. Like, right? Like, they come hand in hand. But the red Terran player from France, it is Clem. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player representing Dragon KZ Gaming from land of South Korea. It is herO. Here we go. I did. Here we go. As we are settling in to our next best of 3. Just catching up with the chat. A nice haircut, Poppy. Oh, thank you. Fun fact, I actually cut my hair during, I think it was during Cyril versus Oliveira. I think it was during Cyril versus, I think during game 1. During game 1 of Cyril versus Oliveira, I did cut my hair. It happened. I was watching at the same time. Aye. It's a bit of a fun fact. Bob. How's it going? Oh, hello, Gref. Hello. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Welcome. As we have Clem opening up with our double gas opener. Okay, double gas here from Clem. herO opening up with the standard opener himself, going for a gate expand into Cybercore. Okay, a little bit greedier here from herO. But as we settle into this, some people did mention revenge. True, this is a rematch from DreamHack. If you missed out on it, I believe Clem and herO, they faced off. It wasn't in the playoffs. It was in the last round of the knockout bracket, if I remember correctly. I believe Clem took down Gumiho, and then he went down to herO, I think in that last round of the knockout bracket. So, yeah, Clem, he had a good run. He had a really good run in the tournament itself, but did go down at the hands of herO in the end. herO flexing his PVT, but that was also a best of 5. That was a best of 5 match in an offline event. Now we're settling in back at home. We just made it back, and now it's a best of 3. Bit of a different format here. Can Clem get his revenge, or will herO repeat history? As Clem is doubling down with aggression. Again, it was a double gas opener, and it's going to be into Reactive Reaper Hellion. And we're not just going up to 3 Reapers, we're going up to 4 Reapers here and 2 Hellions. We could even go up to 6 Reapers if we wanted to be even more aggressive. But looks like we're going to be calming things down. Yeah, there we go. So just our initial 4 Reapers, and now into Marine production, into the rest of our follow-up. But with this mass army here of Reapers and Hellions, our goal is to bust into the mineral line. It's to break through the defensive line of Adept or Stalker, bust into the mineral line, and get some worker damage. And to get some probe kills. We have our Reapers rotating towards the main. There is an Adept in position. Adepts are in position. We do get some free shots off. First Reaper goes down at the same time. Hellion dives into the natural. Yeah, they're diving into the natural base, and we're trying to pull herO apart. Bring everything together. Boys are being pulled. We do get some splash damage done. 2 probes go down. But we barely got a 3rd probe as well. Can we get a 4th? We can. We get 4 probes. 4 probes, but not a 5th. And that was an okay trade. I say okay. Looking at the units tab here, it was 4 Reapers and 2 Hellions, 4 workers. Less than a 1-to-1 trade. We were hoping for more. We were hoping for a little bit more there from Clem. As he is cleaned up, does scout his opponent, and will catch a Phoenix. herO overextending. Calm down, Poppy. herO is punished for a moment there. 1 Phoenix goes down. Not a bad pickoff here by Clem. As we pull back, and we're going to be calming things down. Clem getting into his 2, soon to be 3-1-1 setup. Getting into his mass bio, Vikings, and Cyclones. Likewise, herO building up his own Phoenixes, looking to go into Phoenix Colossus. Okay, so my apologies, I'm a little bit distracted by going over the weekend and going over DreamHack, but yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that we opened up Phoenix on a map as small as Ghost River. It's typically considered to be a little bit greedy to do this, a little bit unsafe. As Clem is building up. And it doesn't mean that we have that much less on the ground to defend if we committed to a 2-base push. This is a big if, though. As the game is going to be calming down for a moment here as herO, he's expanding, taking a third. Likewise, working towards charge and +1. Not going Phoenix Colossus, going Phoenix Charge Lot instead. Okay. Interesting. I mean, I say that, we actually have cut Phoenix production. We only made 3. I mean, we made 4. We lost 1, but only 3 Phoenixes, so very light commitment into the Phoenixes. Now hard switching into Charge Lots and Immortals. Kind of a risky way to play here, as you are vulnerable to drop play and getting a little bit more vulnerable to an earlier push as well, as we barely have an army. Thankfully for herO, Clem is still building up, working towards stim and combat shields. It looks like he's also in position for Phoenix harass. As we can see, the Phoenixes are chilling back at home, but Clem doesn't know that. He doesn't know that they're not really threatening him. So he's ready to receive. Yeah, we have Marines here in the natural. We have Bio here in the main. Third CC's on the way, as we are not going for a 2-base all-in. And that means herO is going to get away with this. Getting a third, no, wait, not getting a third, going for a gateway explosion. Oh my god, that's a lot of gates. That's a 7 gate setup here on 2 bases. 8 gate setup. Oh my god. It's a lot of gateways, but very little zealots for the time being. Clem is moving out, and herO doesn't really have much to work with. Yeah, we need a little bit more time for charge to finish and for those gateways to get up and running. We need a warp in. Clem rotating around. Doesn't quite push in yet. I don't think Clem has seen the lack of third. Storm is on the way. I mean, this is a 2-base all-in. 100%, yeah. Straight up 2-base all-in at a herO. Uh-oh. And Clem doesn't go for the push. herO doesn't even have Storm. Like, if Clem pushed in right now, I feel like he could maybe break this, but Clem is playing this out very safely. Fusing to push in, does almost catch into the Phoenix. Remember, Storm almost complete now. Just in time for the push. And you can see that Zealot army. At one point we had like 1 Zealot. Now we're up to 14. Mine just going off, takes down to the Phoenix. But here comes the Storm. Ooh, nice Storm here on the army. And that was our first. The second, a bit of a zoning Storm, a little bit less ideal. So we have 2 High Templar left into the chamber. Now herO is committed. Remember, no third base. No expansion. We're going for the push. We're going for the all-in. Show us the Storm. Oh! Once again, we just grazed the army. 1 Storm left. We can't waste it. 1 Storm remaining here for herO. And oh, that's a much better Storm. Takes down those medevacs. But herO does need some time to warp in, and he's going to be pulling back. Again, the Prism is very low. Doesn't risk sieging it up. Still no third base. Clem does confirm. And Clem didn't lose any of his workers. His third base is up and running. Clem, he's going to snowball out of control. He just has a better economy, and herO races back home. At this point, I imagine we're just going to be warping. We're just going to warp in more Zealots and just go for a second all-in. Yeah. We're still completely all-in here for herO. Clem back at home. What do we have? We have 1 bunker at the third. We have a bunker at the natural. Widowmines are setting up. EMPs are available with these ghosts. The longer this goes on, the better it is for Clem, and I feel like herO has lost his window. I feel like the window has closed, but we're going for 1 final push nonetheless. Again, there's still potential with these Storms. Oh, EMP does connect. Oh, the Storms they're forced to be used, and we're running out of Storms. There's nothing else left here. Just the Gateway army. Solid kiting. We're going for the third base. SCV is going to be going down. Looks like we have 1 more Storm. Coming in for the flank. Oh! And we do try to focus it down. Yeah, the Storm going to be zoning away the army. Not connecting. But we get 25 SCV. Oh my god. We get 25 SCVs. We cripple the economy of pushing in. Running out of Zealots. Yeah, we need more Zealots. Immortals are exposed. Mind shots going off. Stalkers do go down. But herO, he retains his immortal count. He still has 3 immortals barely up and running. Another EMP connects. herO forced the back off. But he did what he was looking for. Denied the third. And now we expand. now we're transitioning. We got 25 SCV kills, throw down a Nexus. And again, so important right now that herO keeps his Immortals and Archons alive. He still has the backbone of this army, so we can reinforce, warp in more Zealots, more Stalkers. Ooh, drop coming in across the map. We just warped in. There are very few warp-ins available. Once again, we dive on that CC. It does actually keep a bunch of these Archons busy. But a nice storm on the army. And hey, those Archons, they've been putting in some work. Yeah, the CC is going to be going down. But what about the main army? As we're out of Zealots, the Immortals are exposed. We have to back off. Can we get out of here? The Archons, they come in. Oh my god. Okay, this fight on a knife's edge. We go for the recall. We bleed out 2 Archons and an Immortal. The drop across the map, getting damage done. But herO, he killed the CC. Yeah, it has to be rebuilt from scratch. Base now on the way. Third base trying to get up and running. Drop still being active. And hero's distracted. He's completely distracted. We're going for the third. And no shield battery, no overcharge. Third base not quite going to get targeted. herO coming into support. Mind shot going off in herO. He barely has anything left here. Oh my god. High Templar is saved. herO desperately warping in, but he's running out of money, running out of steam. He lost so many probes earlier to the drops. And Clem is so close to breaking herO. We have reinforcements on the way. And it feels like with these reinforcements, Clem should have enough. It's still so close though. As herO juggling his heart out, catches some ghosts. Oh my god. He got one. Got a ghost. Might borrow it as well. herO rotating around again. herO, he's being so bold with this army. Oh no! The mind shot! Oh my god. Thanks for the Archon. herO getting the hell out of here, pulling back to the ramp. Nice force field! Very nicely done. As herO again, he's holding on, defending with the bare minimum. And he's doing it. Even pulling back the Archon just to be repaired, or just to be topped up with the shields. Jump towards the natural. Again, herO just trying to stabilize. Still no shield battery at this third base. Drop does slip in. herO responding with a couple of Zealots. Will defend. Clem rotating around. He has ghosts. He has EMPs. We do have some High Templar. Yeah, no shield battery is brutal. As we can kite down these Zealots. Force field is okay. We catch one. Oh god! Mind shot goes off. We caught a ghost. Prism barely survives. There's 2 High Templar in that prism. We cannot afford to lose it. As we force back the army. Drop across the map. Gets 3 probes. Gets 3 workers. And oh my god, mind shot's going off. If we connected with the prism, that would be game. Again, those High Templar are so crucial. We're coming in! Oh my god. Prism goes down! 1 High Templar as well. Only 1 left. We spent the storm on Vikings. That's the only storm we had. Again, a full NG High Templar went down, but we're diving in. We're pushing nonetheless. Oh god, you have to be covered to overextend. We can pull the boys. And reinforcements, they're coming from behind. We get us around. And herO, looks like we have overextended. Mind shots going off. And Clem, he's shutting this down. Zealots are falling, Immortals as well. Oh my god. This was a wild game. But Clem, he's doing it. herO, he bled out everything. This time he reset the Immortal count, the Archon count, the Prism, the High Templar. GG gets called. Not even a final fight. Just the writing was on the wall, and Clem takes game number 1. Whew, that was a wild game. GG. That was a very wild game. Hyper aggression from both herO and Clem, and if there were some minute little changes here and there, I mean, it could have gone either way. Could have gone either way. If herO had kept his Prism alive with that second High Templar, if he had an extra Storm available, that would have been massive. If he was able to keep up with the army movements and keep his shield battery alive at the third base, I mean, there's just so many little things. GG, well played. Whew. Clem takes game 1. And now we're diving into game number 2. Also, a big shout out to Shiva Blaster in the chat for subscribing for 30 months. Oh my god, thank you so much. Almost 3 years of support. Thank you, Shiva Blaster. Thank you. Do appreciate it. Always, Papi, always. Thank you for the support. Cut yourself. Turn out well. I mean, it's curly hair. It's fine. You just cut it, Papi. Just gracias, gracias. Nice, basically equal to Cyril. That is hereby the argument for Nice being the true GOAT YouTube video incoming. No, we don't have to talk about that. It's fine. It's fine. But we're settling in and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Alkion, and we have our French Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Liquid, who taking a lead here in the series, taking game 1. Can he close it out with a 2-0? It is Clem. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Blue Protoss player, representing Dragon KZ Gaming, down to the series. Can he bounce back? It is herO. As we are going for a proxy Rax. Let's go. I appreciate the rounding up to... It's basically 3 years, you know? Yeah, almost there, Bobby. Almost there. Thank you so much, Bobby. Thank you. Gracias for the support. But we are settling in. We do have our proxied racks across the map. It is only the one SCV. We have not sent out a second SCV for proxy 2 racks or anything crazy like that. Just the one, and this should just be for Reaper into the main with a bunker to support it, but we'll see if we spice things up even more. Keep an eye. As gases are taken. And there we go, the Reaper's on the way. Again, the goal here is for this SCV to get the bunker up either behind or in the mineral line to delay mining at the natural even further. Oh, actually being thrown down right in front of that, right in front of the Nexus here, covering the ramp as well. Okay, interesting location. But the bunker is on the way, and herO doesn't see. He does not scout this position, does not know what's going on, and won't be able to deny it. Bunker will finish. Reaper dipping in. Boys being pulled. Because of the timing of the Reaper, herO, he's aware it was proxied and should be aware of the bunker as one probe goes down. One probe. Oh my god, not just one. Yeah, 2 probes do fall. So far, good damage dealt here by Clem. Getting 2 worker kills before being forced out of the main. Again, the bunker has completed. Shield batteries on the way. And eventually herO will break out, but how long will it take? Again, always, we're going for a second bunker. He's crazy. He's leapfrogging forward with bunkers. And this means that he's going to have that much more sustainability here at the natural. SCV takes a hit. Still alive. And again, can still repair as well. Ooh. As the SCV is focused down. Good punish there. Bile gets the Reaper as well. herO, calm down. Denies the bunker, gets the SCV, gets the Reaper, which means there is no repair. Ooh, as we get another probe. herO being a little bit too greedy. Another probe has fallen. And that should be a kill in this bunker, not a salvage. Bunker's gonna be killed. We're going for the Stalker. Oh my god. The pullback in time, Stalker is saved. And herO will shut this down, only losing one worker. And again, this could have been so much worse, right? It's like if the SCV hadn't fallen, would have repaired, would have kept alive a little bit longer. There was no salvage either. We snipe another Marine. So Clem does bleed out quite a bit here as a probe tanks the Cyclone. And we force it back. Very nice movement here from herO. Clem forced back. But opening up double Cyclone, he's going to be able to shut this down. Oh, as he can try. Yeah, he gets one Stalker. Does shut down one Stalker. Behind this, it was a Stargate opener. Phoenix has arrived. And can shut down some of these Cyclones. Can lift. As Clem is forced back. And doesn't have much of an army. There's not much going on here. We have to repair, top up the Cyclones. And can we even force a cancel? Yo, that's going to be huge. That would be an insane pickoff here if we force a cancel. Now up to 2 Phoenixes. SCV taking some hits. The boys are being pulled. They have to be. Here comes that Medevac. Here comes the Cyclone, and we can focus on the first Cyclone. Yeah, it will fall. Viking has right. We get the Medevac. Oh, just barely not. Now we do. Medevac goes down. Cyclone as well. We're snowballing out of control. Bleeding out far too much. But it looks like we will barely hold on. Whew. Was a costly trade, but we saved the command center. If we didn't, then the game would have ended. The game would have ended then and there. So very clutch defense by Clem. And we hold. Hold on, we calm things down. Additional Phoenixes in production for herO. Did bleed out a couple. Yeah, 2 Phoenixes went down earlier. Oh, have the bold move for some of these add-ons for the racks. Hero's going to be able to apply some pressure. Cyclone has arrived. Focus on the Cyclone, but it's going to cost us a Phoenix. Yeah, trading a Cyclone for 2 Phoenixes. Not the best trade for herO. herO once again overextending. This has been happening a lot today. I mean, it's herO. He's all about aggression, but sometimes he gets punished for it. Clem is clawing his way back into this. Again, herO was hoping he could maybe still just break Clem here and now, but overextended, lost the Phoenix, lost 2. Clem is stabilizing, and herO is expanding at least. It cost him a couple of Phoenixes, but he has a 3rd base on the way, getting it saturated, working towards Charged to Immortal once again, not going into Phoenix Colossus. So this is the same build and the same playstyle from herO as he was doing in game number 1. I say playstyle, this time herO of course expands instead of throwing down 4 extra gateways. So this time he's expanding and taking a more macro approach as opposed to Ghost River where he went all in. But still, Chargelets, Immortals, into Archons. They're the gateways on the way. 6 gates in production. It's going to be an 8-gate setup on 3 bases. Players will settle in. From the side of Clem, again, just working his bio. +1 on the way, stim is done, combat shields. It's going to be difficult to be too active with drops just because of all the Phoenixes. I mean, there aren't that many Phoenixes left, but they still pose a threat. So Clem is going to be stuck at home and just building up his army. Drop play is going to be difficult to pull off. As herO does move out. He does have eyes on the 3rd base, but the army's in position. Tank siege is up, and the Observer is caught. Nice catch by Clem. They'll snipe the Observer. herO rotating around. And we'll dive on the army. Not a bad angle of attack. Tank putting in a lot of work. And we can focus it down. Tank is lifted, Delta being cleaned up. Nice force field here, just cutting off a good portion of the army. And we're going for a massive warp in. Again, this angle was brutal, and Clem, he won't be able to hold on. We're breaking into the natural. We ignore the 3rd base. Boys are being pulled, but here come the Zealots. And they come in to reinforce. The Immortals are stuck. No juggling, by the way. Where'd the Prism go? Oh, it's being zoned away. Prism gets zoned away, and we do hold on. herO. Yeah, bleeds out the Immortals, goes for more Zealots, but herO, he's lost a lot of complexity to this army. Yeah, the choke point is brutal. And Clem holds. That's an insane hold, by the way. If the Prism had stuck around, we would have been able to preserve those Immortals and it would have been a different game. But the third base finishes. Oh my god, the third base does finish. herO, he made a choice to ignore it earlier. He still might get it. Forces back the army. The Medivacs are running out of energy. Mine shots, oh, not quite going up. But again, the SimCity here is beautiful for Clem, making it so awkward to engage. herO doubling down. Does take extra gases, thankfully. Additional gases have been taken. And here we go, the Immortal has arrived. Clem barely holding on. These Widow Mines have a lot of potential. Oof. They can also potentially do friendly fire. Yeah, be careful. Again, there is a solid minefield set up here. That's so many Widow Mines. That's also a lot of supply tied up in an army that isn't really doing much. We're diving in. Oh my god. Yeah, massive mine shot. Zealots are completely cleaned up. Now we can dive on forward into the Stalkers. Boys are being pulled. herO overextending. He had no idea how many Widow Mines there were. He lost every single Zealot. And Clem holds. Clem saves his third. Does save his third base. herO trying to reinforce. And now we see herO working towards a second robo and a bay, but he was so committed to this. herO was so committed this timing. And again, I feel like he should have broken through. Some rough decision making. And now Clem, he takes a lead. He does take a lead, preserves a lot of Medivacs, Widow Mines, gets his third base on an even base count to the Protoss. herO is working on a fourth, but just now started. herO is not in the best position to head into the mid game right now. And we'll let the dust settle here. Clem still active with these drops. We'll get eyes on the fourth base timing. He's going to be feeling pretty good seeing this fourth that's halfway done. As again, Clem has the better economy right now. Takes down a couple of Zealots. Bleeding out a Marine. Keeping herO busy. So we have a Liberator diving into the main base as well. Or into the third. We're trying to work towards Colossus. But we're already making 2 Vikings at a time. We have Ghost production as well. 4 CC on the way. Not too far behind the fourth of herO. So herO's got quite a bit of catching up to do. He's got quite a bit to do here. We'll see if he can. I mean, if anyone can, it's going to be herO. Phoenix starts to go down. Oh my god. Phoenix does fall, the army does reinforce, and my god, there are how many? 14 Widow Mines! But there's more Widow Mines than there are Zealots. That's just, that's how many there are. Alas, the Colossus do come in time. Up! Mine shots, some of them going up. And Colossus overextend. 1 Colossus goes down. A brutal pickup. But some solid force fields. Not bad. Oh my god. herO dives in, ambitious dive, bleeds out a lot of Stalkers in the process, gets 2 Vikings for the cost of 4 Stalkers. And that minefield is still up and running. Once again, mine shots going up. Once again, those solid force fields out of herO. Oh, the mines! As we clean up all the mines, we force this army back. Again, those force fields were beautiful from herO both times. Slicing up the army. Fighting only half at a time. As herO does take another mine to the face. One word to describe this game. The Widow Mine Bobby. As Clem is not in position. Clem, he was caught out. He was busy at the fourth, not at the third. Sensor tower goes down. And Ghosts are caught out. Ooh. Expensive losses. 3 ghosts go down. We dive. We start to step forward. We focus down the Colossus. 1 Colossus goes down. The other stands strong, and it looks like herO is pulling it back. 20 SCVs go down. We dive on top of the army. That was not the fight to take, and herO ties up the series 1-1. GG. We are going to the ace match. Oh my god. GG. Well played. A very, very chaotic game where the pendulum swung from one player to the other. Again, Clem was able to take a very nice lead after defending against the basically 3-base all-in from herO. Did take a lead, but the fights that herO was taking on his half of the map were insane. His force field usage, the way that he was able to engage. Likewise, a lot of the Widow Mines as well weren't quite ready or weren't quite in position for Clem to fully make use of. And herO had a great defense, immediately counterattacked as well, and yeah, the angle of attack from Clem was just a little bit awkward. He lost a lot of high-tech units really early on, and GG. GG, well played. herO barely broke through. A very high-octane series so far. Both Game 1 and Game 2 has been very intense, a lot of aggression. And now we're getting into the ace match. We are getting into Game 3. It all ends here. It all ends on Amphion. Let's go. Let us go. I feel like this is what we all wanted out of this series. Just it feels like herO's already coming in like covered in mud, and he's like dragging Clem down with him. It's like, get dirty with me, Papi, and it's happening. It's working. It's beautiful. It's a sight to behold. But here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner. We have our French Terran player, the Red Terran representing Team Liquid, being forced into the ace match. It is Clem. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Dragon KZ Gaming, DKZ. It is herO. And I believe Steadfast joined the wrong lobby. I believe he's covering a different series, if I'm not incorrect. I believe Steadfast was casting Ryung versus Clem, then he switched over to another series, not following into herO. But wishing the best of luck. Again, there's plenty of coverage going on right now. Plenty of other casters. There's Steadfast. There's Rotterdam, Wardy as well, and ourselves. So I think there's like 4 English streams. So a lot of coverage. I think even more coverage than like the ESL Open Cups get, which is crazy. It's I mean, this is a better time for a lot of the European casters as well, to be fair. So much better time for them compared to like ESL Americas or even ESL Korea, which is a little bit earlier. But now we're settling in. Is going to be a Rax expand from Clem. Is going to be an economic opener out of our Red Terran player. Meanwhile, herO likewise going for a gate expand as well. So economic openers all around. Makes sense. We're loading into Amphion. We spoke about this when we casted Ryung earlier, when we casted Ryung versus herO, how because of certain features of this map, aggression is difficult to pull off. This is one of the few maps where you have a ramp leading into the natural. Likewise, your main base is safe against Blink Stalkers, just because of the terrain and the layout here. Blink Stalkers can't really threaten your main. They can't really threaten your natural either. I guess they could like blink from here to here, and then kind of to it's a way to work through. So more often than not, we have like Stargate openers. And likewise, when it comes to the Terran aggression, there's no Reaper Cliff. There's no Reaper Cliff into the main. There's no Reaper Cliff into the natural, because we just wall off with one pylon here. You can only enter from one location, so it's easy to defend, easy to kind of be in position for. So it just leads to less aggressive starts. Oh. This is interesting, though. Okay, a couple of things. One, herO is going for a Stargate opener. Stargate behind the mineral line. I imagine to Phoenixes. We saw this against Ryung, where Stargate openers are a little more commonplace on this map because of how defensive it is. Meanwhile, Clem opening up with a very fast second Rax. That's a Rax into factory into... So, Rax into second Rax into factory. I imagine this is going to be into a third Rax before the starport. This is a very aggressive setup. Basically, we're building up the marine count really early on, and we're rushing to stim. The tech lab on this Rax is designed to rush into stim as quickly as possible, and to rush into combat shields, and maybe even concussive shell as well. And this lead into a very strong 2-base timing. As again, I imagine there should be another Rex behind this. If we go for a starport, that's going to be an interesting one. That's going to be a 2-1-1 variation. And okay, there it is. Okay. So I was waiting for the third Rax, but no, it's a starport. So this is a bit of a TvZ build. If you're familiar with the Terran versus Zerg matchup, this opener should be familiar with you. Again, 2-1-1, 2 Raxes, 1 factory, 1 starport. This is going to be a 16 Marine medevac timing, I guess, from Clem. This isn't seen too often against Protoss players. I'm excited. I'm ready for it. I am excited here. I feel like this can do quite well against Phoenix openers. We'll see. Again, the mass bio is something that Phoenixes have a really hard time dealing with. Phoenixes, they're ideal against like Hellions and Cyclones and these like individual high impact units, but mass Marine, things can be a little bit difficult for herO. Phoenix is ready to move out. You have the eBay behind this for +1. Stim is almost done. Medevacs are on the way, and again, we're going for that Stim plus double medevac timing. Could be a very powerful double drop for Clem. This is not all in. We should be expanding thereafter, or working on the next step, I should say. With our upgrades, there's a third Rax. And here we go. Medevacs are moving out. We did leave 2 Marines behind, but it's all good. At the same time, here comes herO from the right-hand side. The army's out of position. Not like this. SCVs are going down. The drop-in comes back around, turns back home. But unable to unload in time. Marines are getting picked off. Stim isn't done. We're 5 seconds away. This is crazy. As we chase out one of the medevacs, we shut down the opener of Clem. Dive into the main. A mule goes down. SCVs as well. This is disastrous for the Terran player. Oh my god. The hell just happened? Like, that was the perfect moment for herO to push in just as Clem moved out, and he also forced Clem to fight without Stim. Again, it was like 10 seconds away at the time. Medevac goes down, and this opener, the entire point of this build, it does nothing. We have 1 medevac, sure, but it's barely alive. The Depths, they come back in, they force Clem back. Ay, ay, ay. And herO takes a... Oh, okay, calm down. herO does overextend. Bleeds out of Phoenix, but herO takes a third. Takes a third base, expands. Clem, I feel like he's feeling a little bit desperate. Yeah, we have to push. We have to move out. We have to do something with this army. So he's bleeding out some SCVs, but we have to move out across the map. Back at home, what do we have? We have the high ground. We have force fields, immortal, shield battery, overcharge. We should be okay. Doesn't look like a lot, but especially with force fields, we can cut this army in half. And there's the overcharge. Shield battery is targeted down, though. Phoenixes have arrived. We can focus down the medevacs. And Clem has to retreat. And from here, herO, he's up on workers. He has his third base. Chases back the army. It's overstimmed. Clem is in trouble. And this is one of the reasons why this build isn't the most common of builds, is if it doesn't get much done with its first timing, then we fall behind. We scan, we get eyes on the fully saturated third base. But because of the opener, because Clem has so many medevacs, we can still go into drop play. It's going to be difficult, though, because there are Phoenixes marauding around the map. It's going to be difficult to actually get across with these drops, but we're taking that risk. We're taking that risk. herO sharking around. He does miss both armies on the right and left-hand side. So herO not quite where he needs to be. Does go in, does get eyes on the third, will delay. But Clem doesn't care, he's going straight for the kill, straight for the third. There is a Colossus, but it's exposed. Overcharge is popped. Colossus on its own, it's going to be focused down. Massive pickup. Very nicely done here by Clem. Army's coming in, shield battery got focused down. Mine shot takes down a stalker. And we get so many probe kills. And this is what Clem needed. At the same time, a drop on the right-hand side. Probes are falling left and right. herO's getting pulled apart. And despite the amazing start for herO, now it's all falling. It's just all coming apart here. Everything is on fire at the third, at the natural. Clem, he needed to get damage done with these drops, and he did. More than just damage. 24 probe kills and a Colossus? That's almost game-ending. Clem needs to calm down a little bit. We're rallying across the map. We need to just calm things down, pull back, regroup. But very nice drop play here from Clem. It's like Clem's in trouble. He needs to drop. It's like, he'll just drop. He'll do it. Okay. Fair enough. Very good. It's still being active. Does reinforce. Rotating over towards the right-hand side. There is a Colossus, but no... Oh, there is a shield battery, thankfully. There is a shield battery in position, but... do need to get in position for that Colossus. herO does respond in time. Widowmines are set up. Big connections. Takes down the Immortal, takes down a Phoenix. And the momentum that herO once had, no longer. Now he's contained to his 3 bases. He's stuck at home. And Clem is now freely expanding, getting his 3rd up and running, taking up into Ghost, into Vikings. Suddenly Clem is the one with the map control. Meanwhile, I didn't even notice this. We have a fleet beacon. Okay, I mean, this is a way to do it. If we're stuck at home, if we're stuck defending, may as well take up. Here we go. We're going for the classic approach. The player classic, not the not old school. We have fleet beacon on the way. Carriers are in production as well. I like this. I do like this from herO, but can he survive? That's the question. Can herO turtle up and make use of this sky toss? As the army's pushing on the right-hand side, herO likewise expanding towards the left, taking the center hybrid base. Bearing in mind that herO has been cutting warp-ins. He has very few supportive units for these Colossus. He has 5 Zealots. That's his army, his ground army, to support those Colossus. But again, herO, he's intentionally just denying warp-ins, skipping them. Going for carriers, going for disruptors. Drop comes in, base under fire. And herO, he's going to be forced to cancel, or is he? Scan reveals a Colossus, and oh no, the carrier! The carrier is revealed as well. herO, he's pushing out! The carriers have been revealed. Clem not fully aware. Working towards more Vikings, Marines. Yeah, more Raxes on the way as well. We need as much anti-air as possible. And I'm questioning whether herO should have revealed that, like, his trump card here and now. It does feel a little bit premature. Yes, Clem didn't know, or he didn't have eyes in the main. How many Vikings do we have? 8. Not bad. 8 Vikings. Moving out towards the Nexus. The charge is popped. Limited splash damage here. A good amount of those pieces go down. Up. Never takes down the Widowmite. Cloak is activated. Nice slow zone here on the army. Very nice slow zone. Oh, but the EMPs are brutal, and herO has to be very careful to overextend, as he has to pull back. Bleeds out some Zealots, but maintains his high-tech units. So herO is holding. Now, the downside of this army for herO is how immobile it is, right? Colossus, carriers, they're all so slow. And Clem, he's rotating around. Again, he has to make use of how mobile his army is. This is going to be dropping towards the right-hand side. We have a wall of cannons and shield batteries. We do have a recall. We have 2 recalls available. We have to make use of them wisely here. Clem does go for the drop, focusing down those cannons. Oh, herO having a hard time responding. His main army is busy. And we might even get a kill in this space. We've mowed through all the cannons and shield batteries. Probes are going down. Yeah, herO responding with an Immortal with a couple of Colossus. Again, it takes him so long to get here. And he will defend, but at the cost of 13 probes. Oh my god. But we hold. Whew. We do hold on. With that 13 worker kills, Clem takes a worker lead. He does have the economic lead with mules as well. Likewise, still hyper-fixated on Vikings, on Marines. Rotating over towards the right-hand side once again. herO this time is in a slightly better position. I say slightly because he did lose all of his sack defense and he has not rebuilt it yet. So this position is actually quite vulnerable. And Clem knows that. So does herO. He rotates everything over. He's in position. herO does abandon his center base, but he's where he needs to be. And forces back Clem. So a good read by herO. Recognizing that Clem was going to be committed. Oh, the slow zone on the armor. Oh my god. Massive slows that we catch a lot of ghosts. That was a brutal fight, and herO, now we can push. And so many ghosts, so much of the bio went down there. That was a brutal slow zone. And Clem is racing back home. And has herO done it? How many carriers do we have? 10 carriers, soon to be 13. 13 carriers. He's crazy. Oh, mothership goes down. Good pick up. Kiting here against the carriers. We pick up one carrier as well. And now a second. But the Viking count is getting lower and lower. Boys are being pulled into the Colossus. The Marines are getting swiped away at by the Colossus. We're snowballing out of control, and herO, he's done it. He breaks through the main army. The mass Colossus, the sky toss. GG gets called, and herO will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the next round. GG. Whew. That was a series. That was every game was so back and forth. Even this one, remember how Clem opened up 2-1-1 and he got completely shut down. He was like, things were looking dire for Clem at the start of the game, and then he popped off with his drops. He got 25 worker kills. It was insane how much damage he dealt. Suddenly Clem took a lead, and then herO backed off, turtled up, and raced his way into Sky Toss. And made it work as well. And even in the process of getting into Sky Toss, we saw we saw Clem pulling herO apart, getting so much damage done at the natural. Very impressive stuff by Clem, but it was still not enough. A lot of it came down to that final fight on herO's half of the map. If you remember, where Clem rotated towards the natural, where he had just cleaned up all the site defense, and Clem was hoping that herO will split up, right? Clem was hoping that herO had split up his army in half, like half at the fresh mining base and half at the natural. But herO did read the situation correctly, and he rotated his entire army over. He was ready for a fight, and things very quickly snowballed out of control in favor of herO. As he was able to, that's the moment where he got the slow zone on the ramp, and he chased down the army, and it very quickly led into a win there. GG, well played. Whew, oh my god. With that, herO advances on into next round. Clem is eliminated from the tournament, and we have our next series. We have our next matchup. As I just message some players, make sure we don't get left behind, and let's switch our scenes over